What if I told you that the reason you don't feel attractive has nothing to do with your face, or your clothes, makeup, or hair? It's because of you are forgetting how to be interesting to yourself. And think about it, the average person spends hours of consuming other people's lives. So they are watching, scrolling, and comparing. But creating, almost never. Today I'm going to show you 3 types of hobbies that quietly transforms you into this more magnetic person. Let's clear something up. When people hear the word magnetic, they think of about flirting, mysterious. A real magnetism has nothing to do any of that. Think about the most unforgettable people you have met. Usually they're the ones who weren't trying really hard, they were constantly checking if everyone liked them, they weren't changing themselves depending on who were watching. They simply had a life, a world, a passion, stories, skills, curiosity, and that's really attractive characteristics because people are naturally drawn are more drawn to people who is growing and not really performing. So let's go to the next part. So hobby category number 1, calm your nervous system. So the first every woman should have is that makes her nervous system feel more safe. Because here's something that nobody tells you. You can't glow while living in a survival mode. When your brain is constantly in the fight or fight system, your body knows you feel it. For example, your shoulder tightens, your jaw clenches, you rush, you lose patience, and you feel exhausted even when you are not doing a lot. So I will give you guys some tips on hobbies that regulates your nervous system. So the first one is that swimming, Pilates, yoga, gardening, baking, painting, even coloring books, anything repetitive or slow, anything that make your time disappear. So for me, it is walking that has completely changed my nervous system, and when after just taking a walk, it can be 5 or 10 minutes, 10 minutes, and after that I feel much more calmer. I feel in a better mood than before. So hobby category part 2, feed your mind. Here's something that I have noticed. The most attractive persons that I have met were curious people who asked so many questions. They read books, they had opinions that weren't copied from on social media like TikTok or ChatGPT. Like today, we mistake information with intelligence. Watching 30 minutes of psychology videos isn't the same as studying psychology. And listening to a podcast isn't learning if you are not thinking or writing it down afterwards. And the hobby for your mind gives you depth. And I will give you some examples of that, some hobbies. So reading, learning a new language, writing, taking photography, chess, learning something about history, astronomy, economics, computer science, and even bird watching. And yes, bird watching. It's not about the birds, it's about your attention. When you really train your brain to notice things, you become a very present person, and the presence is magnetic. You notice when someone is 100% with you. Because when you are with someone who's constantly thinking about something else, going on through social media and thinking about so many other things, you don't feel seen, and that person feels more stressed than magnetic. So the being in the present moment and being with the person 100% makes you more magnetic. So one habit that really changed my life is that after reading a book, for example, I used to write down what I have learned, the way I see things differently, and writing about different perspectives that I have learned from the book. And it's usually just a one page. So hobby category number 3, build a texture. So here is my favorite category of all of them if I have to choose. And texture. This is a secret ingredient that makes your life more cinematic, like you are in a movie and you are the main character. So texture means your life has a kind of personality. Instead of waking up, scrolling through your phone, go to work and sleep and repeating that again, you create something special for yourself. It can be about every Sunday you go to a cafe or bookstore and read. Every Wednesday you can go to the cinema. Or every Friday you watch this more classic movie with your friends, or maybe you're just alone. Or maybe you collect something. Maybe it can be stamps, because I do that sometimes. It can be about you collecting postcards. Like, it can be so many things that you can collect. And it just makes you so interesting. So I have heard of the hobby formula. So if you're overwhelmed, don't choose like 10 hobbies at the same time. So choose 3 instead. One that calms your body, one that grows your mind, and one that makes your life more memorable. So here's an example. One day you can go and exercise, Pilates for example. On Wednesdays you can read for 20 minutes. And during the weekends you can try to visit a museum. Try yoga, try to learn a new language, for example Spanish. And you can also try out a new recipe every weekend, so you are improving your cooking skills. So here's what I hope you remember from this video. The goal isn't become more attractive. That's just only a side effect of it. So the goal is becoming someone who really enjoys her life. Someone who isn't just waiting for weekends to feel more alive again. It's for someone really else. It's to make your life more interesting, to make you feel more magnetic. One last question for you. If social media, TikToks, Instagram, Facebook, it's like everything disappeared tomorrow, what hobby would you still make you excited to wake up in the morning? If you don't have any hobbies, today is the best day to start, okay? So if you enjoyed this video, I hope that you like this video. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!